what should be the aim and objective of the pharma industry here in Hyderabad, here in Telangana, on the nation as a whole, keeping the global scenario. They were explaining how things should shape and how this Congress over here, which will be meeting with eminent pharma industry leaders who are sitting here. We have here amongst us Mr. Ramkishan Rao Garu, Organizing Secretary of LOC. And I can see the tall leaders of the days like Dr. L.A. Krishna Garu, Ramesh Babu Garu, and many industry leaders who are sitting here. To have the deliberations, to have the discussions, in the day-long discussion, how we can really shape up our role in the near future, ultimate goal for the role of and welfare of human being. I here stand and deeply honored as we inaugurate the prestigious Indian Pharma Congress. On behalf of Government of Telangana, we extend a warm welcome to all the industry leaders, the scientists, the entrepreneurs, the student community who have gathered here for this significant milestone which will be building a great pharma and healthcare sector. And we are proud to say that, and it's a privilege for our state to host a such illustrious gathering of experts, innovators, and leaders. As we all know, the pharma industry has been the beacon of growth and innovation. It plays a crucial role in global healthcare. And right now, as Dr. Partha Sarathy Reddy was just telling about, India, as we all know, is called the pharmacy of the world, contributing significantly to the global supply of affordable and high quality medicines. You know, here we can literally say that Indian pharma sector has earned global recognition role in providing affordable and quality medicine. That is the essence of the Indian pharma industry. You know, it had extended the medication to millions of people across the globe. And we always see that India pharma progress is just not about manufacturing drugs. It's about life-saving treatment given to the millions of the people around the globe. So keeping this in view, it not only Hyderabad, I can significantly and proudly and prudently say that the pharma capital, either it may be from nation or from the globe, you know, I can say that this city, the city of Hyderabad, and the state of Telangana proudly can say this is the pharma capital of the globe in times to come. So I would like to mention here, Telangana and particularly in Hyderabad, which has emerged as the epicenter of this remarkable industry, you can see our state commitment to the pharma sector is unwavering. I said unwavering, basically the continuation of the policies which has been enunciated from the past 90s till now. Even though many governments, different policies have come, different political ideologies, governments have come, but all the governments with unwavering support and commitment to this industry had made this possible and made this Hyderabad and the state of Telangana a pharma capital of the world. Here we are standing here to state that even though ours is a new government which is 6.5 months old, our commitment to the industry, our commitment to all verticals of industry. We said our Chief Minister, Mr. Revanth Reddy, and all our colleagues have given the commitment to the industry, even though our political ideologies differ, we would take forward the good policies of the erstwhile government and also see that the new initiatives and the policies of our government will enhance the growth and prosperity of this sector especially. This is our commitment. Various policies and initiatives which we are planning to and which we are all have already put in place. For example, if I can say, the upcoming farmer villages, which shall aim to provide world-class infrastructure, regulatory support, and conducive ecosystem for the growth of the pharma industry. We thought of decentralizing pharma industry. Why? Basically, we just want to encourage the production and also to foster innovation at the grassroots level. We aim to create self-sustaining ecosystem on a direction of self and sustainable development goals that drive growth and generate employment, especially in the rural areas. Many would be thinking that pharma industry as such on a whole, when our chief minister decided to go in for the cluster-based development and also to decentralize the pharma zones into 9 to 10 zones all around Telangana. This is our aim and goal, to bring in self-sustaining ecosystems and to generate employment in the rural areas. And I would like to state before the industry, we are going to skill more than about 50,000 graduates over next 5 to 6 years. We are taking significant steps towards empowering our workforce with skills and knowledge required to excel in the global life sciences arena. You know, these initiatives underscore our commitment to nurture talent and to foster innovation, ensuring that Telangana remains at the forefront of our science education and industry excellence. The India Pharma Congress serves as a crucial platform for many stakeholders, from academia, industry, and government to collaborate, share knowledge, and discuss the future of the pharma and healthcare. In recent years, we have witnessed the transformative impact of the technological advancement and innovative practices in pharma sector. From the development of cutting-edge biologics and biosimilars to the breakthroughs in personalized medicine and application of the artificial intelligence, AI, and in drug industry, tomorrow's landscape of pharma is evolving at unprecedented pace. Now it is imperative that we have to continue to foster an environment that encourages research and development and also shall be useful to startups and also to nurture talent. India, and specifically I can say the Hyderabad and Telangana, has a golden opportunity to lead in this arena, moving from what it has been said, from volume to value. And also I would like to say, on technological side, our chief minister and colleagues, when we formed the government, have immediately thought of embracing the new technologies or cutting-edge technologies, be it artificial intelligence, be it quantum, be it data sciences, be it cyber security. So embracing of AI or other cutting-edge technologies in different verticals of our industry, in different forms of our governance, we shall lead in tomorrow's world. Maybe it may be in industry, maybe it may be in governance, maybe in terms of providing welfare or development schemes to the people. We thought of embracing the AI and immediately we took steps. How shall we be the forerunner in terms of embracing artificial intelligence? We thought of creating a AI city, artificial intelligence city, in the capital of Telangana. The government has given about 200 acres of land for artificial intelligence city. This city not only embraces information technology vertical, we would be embracing in that the city would host the pharma sector. That AI city will be hosting many verticals of our state, maybe it in terms of governance, maybe in terms of agri, maybe in terms of healthcare, maybe in terms of any vertical we choose. We already identified about 16 verticals which shall be having their R&Ds, which shall be having their offices, which shall be having their product companies, which shall be having their simulators. All these things we are trying to put into the mold and create a artificial intelligence city. And in that, I think this 73rd Pharma Congress will also deliberate about embracing AI, artificial intelligence, and other cutting-edge technologies where all people can drive innovation, especially improve patient outcomes, and also to solidify our position as a global leader in pharma. I would like to add one more important reference. When the product companies, the big leaders of pharma industry embraces AI into their production, definitely we see that the drug or the product they manufacture will be available to the patient at a very low cost. This is the future, and many industry leaders are embracing AI, and tomorrow is the future. By embracing AI and other cutting-edge technologies, you will be, fulfilling your vision for tomorrow's better global human being. As we embark our journey over the next few days, we shall encourage all of you to engage in meaningful discussions, exchange ideas, exchange new collaborations. The challenges we face in healthcare are complex. Sitting back on the government side, it looks so simple, but challenges the pharma industry when they face and they think about the new product, the new innovation in healthcare is too complex. And we are here to promote the innovation and partnership. And we can overcome and pave the way for a healthier and more equitable world. Before closing my remarks today, I would like to, put forward few initiatives what our government is planning to do. Our government specifically, as everybody knows over here, we stand on the top in terms of information technology. We stand at the top in terms of pharma industry. We stand top in terms of agri-related business and allied business like poultry. So keeping all this in view and keeping the basic problems of the industry, what they're facing, many industries would be seeing there is a dearth of efficient skill strength required for them to employ. And we have here academia, and we have eminent professors who teach the best of their knowledge, best of the skills in terms of academia and produces the best students. Whether you see so many, the pharma students who are sitting here, maybe the M pharmacy or B pharmacy students who are sitting here, they may be excelling in their academia. But what industry leaders required for them to employ, the skill set still is not being fulfilled by our universities and our institutions. Here comes the role of our government. We just thought about it. We had many discussions with the industry leaders and also with the academia. Then all our colleagues and the chief minister thought we should be aiming for the potential skill to be sharpened. One is trying to put a skill university. The skill university of tomorrow, of Telangana Skill University, will be on the lines of Indian School of Business. This skill university will be run, will be monitored, will be regulated by the industry leaders, not by our government bureaucracy, not either by the professors. Whatever the skill set is required by the industry leader, we will facilitate to harness their skill force in that skill university so that immediately after the students gets graduated, maybe the course may be of 6 months or a 1-year course, after they get graduated, they will be immediately be on the job rather than all the industry leader putting their energy, time, money to train for a year after they get absorbed in the company. They will be saving this sort of resources, and these people will be hitting the industry at the first day itself. This is a vision of our skill university, and we have been talking to so many industry leaders, and industry leaders have shown their interest to put forward their corpus fund into the skill university on the lines of ISB, and it will be done on accordance with the ISB, which has a international reputation. So this skill university, what we are trying to put into vision, will be on the standards of an international skill university. And I request all the people over here, all the experts over here, please have a deliberations on this subject too. And I request Partha Sarath Reddy Garu and others on the days to give us the feedback, what industry needs, what we have to do tomorrow to see that India at large and Hyderabad and Telangana state shall be the #1 state in the global arena. And we are also planning for other initiative, the digital university. The digital university, we would like to see that, my director over here of the life sciences was thinking about putting up a life sciences school on the lines of life sciences university. What our dear elder guests were asking about the pharma university. We are already on the job and we are creating a framework for it. We just want to see it should be the center of excellence in terms of imparting and upskilling their knowledge to the next level. So this is our vision before you, and we are more open because the experts are here, the industry leaders are here, the eminent academia is here, and the gold medalists of pharma students who are here, who have gathered here. We need the input from you. We are building a vibrant Telangana. In this vibrant Telangana, we request your participation in a big way. We don't want to limit to the size of industry. We just want you to participate with us and also collaborate with us and strengthen our hands to make our Telangana, the vision of Telangana, into a beautiful reality, and shall both you and us shall go hand in hand to build a strong and vibrant economic state which shall not be surpassed by any other state or by any other nation on the whole. In closing, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers, sponsors, and participants for making this event possible. Let us work together to harness the power of science and innovation to transform the lives and create a brighter future for all. Thank you, and I wish you all the success and productive Indian Pharma Congress 2024. Thank you.